this years ago to stream, and
Hello, how are we today? Okay, what else we got? Levels feel weird. Turn this up, turn that back. Chat's not working. Oh my god. Chat's not working. Activate. Oh my goodness. Docs. Chat. It wants me to log in. What the heck, man? How's it going? I might as well just have it on me while I do this. Oh my god. Restream. What is going on? Putting passwords in on stream is like terrifying. Even though like I know it's not on the screen, it's still restream. Paste. Paste. Okay. We're logging in. It's working. Okay, cool. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so we've been working on a third-person shooter. Got the buttons. I got the buttons working, which is pretty fun. I guess I'll show you where I'm at. Last stream, we had just set up the shooting. So we're getting to the point now where the shooting is working. We had a little bit of an issue where the character's model didn't quite line up with the way that the bullet was coming out, like the way the character faced. I'm trying to remedy that over the last couple of days, and it feels pretty good. So we can kill that guy over there. Doesn't do anything yet. And obviously there's no like spray. There's a little bit of clipping going on. Listen, it ain't perfect, but we're just getting started. So we can add to that. But everything lines up pretty well, I think. We were sort of talking about essentially getting the hip to line up with the camera facing, but it actually turns out it doesn't look very good. So you can use like look at to like make the hip face wherever the camera's aiming, but I mean, I guess it's just how with the model is twisted, you know, in this pose. Using that bone to like face it is not that great. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, Avali. Can't tell if that's an I or an L at the end of your username. So, hey, soon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so it turns out that's not the best solution. So we're just going to go with what we had, which is literally just, if I go to the animation control script here, and I get rid of all these warnings, we don't care about those. So I've got two functions here, rotate hip and hip to target, obviously. Rotate hip is we are rotating the vertical movement, so the x-axis, right? So that when you aim up and down, the body will turn up and down as if to be looking at wherever you're looking. And we've got a fixed rotation on the hip at 50 degrees. It's just what looks good. And then we've got another one, hip to target. So we're just using look at, and then we're rotating the hip to look at that. But we're actually inverting it because like look at is in reverse. So actually, if you don't have this little bit of code, the hip's facing the other way around, no big deal, you can flip it. So if we run this piece of code, it don't look so great because of how I mentioned the everything. So I can connect that signal and I can show you guys because I figure it's kind of interesting to talk about. Just sort of like the weirdness of sometimes working with IK. I can't wait until they like introduce a new solution because it's coming soon. So I will disconnect camera rotation and connect camera targeted. They're very similar names and I get confused very often, but now we've connected that signal. We should have switched over to the different code. So if I run this now, we can see that he's sort of flipped, eh? He's rotated, and that's just because that's what 0 looks like. Like that's just how the character faces because of the way that the body sort of twists to form that pose, I guess. That's my assumption. I don't actually know. So yeah, it turns out that's not so great. Same result really, in theory. So yeah, that happened. And let's just undo that. Disconnect this. And reconnect that. I'll leave it there for the time being. Like I'm not ready to part ways with that method just yet. I'm going to experiment a little bit more around with it. Where am I? Hey, how's it going? Welcome. So yeah, it should be okay. So I can show you in Engine, hip IK if we run this, right? So this is with 50 degrees. I've sort of like lined it up. So let me just get the number pad working. There we go. You can sort of see that he's facing this way. And that's just how it can look. See, if we reset the rotation, this is why it looks this way. Because I guess, like, I don't know. I actually can't explain it. That's just sort of where it goes. That's IK, you know? You can't do much about that. Playing around with IK, yeah, we are. Well, actually, we're going to move on from that pretty quickly, but I'm just sort of going over what I looked at off stream, which is like, can we use look at to make the character face the target? And the answer is not really, because of the way that the bone is posed. We sort of want a fixed rotation on that. So that's what it looks like at 0, which is like sort of like weirdly not facing the camera, because that's just like, I guess he turns his shoulders. And so I experimented on some different bones. Like you obviously don't want to put it on the right hand. If you put it on their head, it actually doesn't look too bad, eh? How does this go? But the head turns and nothing else. That's not that useful. Whoops. So obviously you don't want to go too far up the chain. Like understanding how IK works is a big part of it. Basically, we go from the bottom to the top, right? So if our tip bone is the head is what's going to be affected most by rotation. You can sort of see the neck has been like crinked up because of where the thing is. You raise it up, raise it down. But the rotation isn't going to be affected by that. Are you going to inverse? There are tutorials on YouTube. I don't really need a tutorial. I already know how to use it. I'm just sort of going over the intricacies of some of the issues. But yeah, so obviously that's left hand okay, that's fine. So neck's no good. Spine is, yeah, we're back to the same issue. Like he's twisted off into the future. So yeah, is what it is, I guess. With this pose, I wonder if I go to like a T pose. Where's the animation player? No reset. What's on animation tree deactivated? Animation reset idle. It's not working on anything. What's going on? Active. Okay, now it's working. Reset. Okay, T pose. T pose, right? Yeah, I guess because it is facing straight ahead with 0, 0, so it's probably just that pose that's causing issues. So it's a bit disappointing it doesn't work like that. So if we go to idle, you're going to implement IK. Yeah, no, IK is implemented, so we're good to go. Now let me just rewind on this. I need to activate. I need to deactivate animation play. I don't know why it's being weird. I don't know if this is a Godot 4 thing. Like for some reason, pressing that button can be difficult sometimes. And then we go to hip IK, spine 2. I think it was spine 1, spine 2 before. I don't remember. One of them works well, one of them doesn't. Like literally. So one works better than the other. It's just a matter of experimenting and figuring out what works best. So let's go back to the camera and get rid of the on-camera rotated. Oh no, okay. Wait, what? What are we moving to next? Sorry, missed a few streams. We're gonna get the weapons going. See, it's all messed up now. Stuffed it. Okay, so hip IK must have been spine and spine 1. And then if I go to hip target and make it like, I think it's -50, right? Yeah, that looks alright. For some reason on spine 2, he has like an upward rotation on his arms. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah, that feels good. Okay, so where we're at now is we've got a weapon that shoots. Obviously, we're very early stages, so we don't really have ammo. We don't have we have no response. We don't have like a physical response from the player. We're going to need to implement that, and we're also going to. Do you have IK in its own script, or it's inside another script? It's so there is an animation controller script. So basically, the animation controller script goes over. We've got a couple of different. Obviously, we've got the 2 different hip rotation functions, and we're starting the IK. I found that for some reason it won't start automatically, even if you've set it to active in the editor. I think that's normal though. Start it. I've got an influence function, which is pretty cool. Basically, you pass in an IK. We've only got 2 at the moment, and you can make it active, and it'll fade in and fade out of activity. This is for when you're switching weapons, because with IK, it's fine to have it active, but if you're going to have the character do an action, like move its arm up over behind its head, you need to turn IK off when it does that, depending on, you know, like if I've got a left hand IK, so I can move the left hand onto the weapon. And so like you need to turn the activity off. So we've got a tween basically that we can do that with a function. Sprinting, obviously, it's just a signal that activates when we sprint. It doesn't look like it's connected anymore, so I wonder if it's not working. No, it is. So attach weapon to bone. This is for when we change weapons, we need to actually attach the weapon to the bone. So it's not like the FPS one where we just animated each weapon individually and we had a set of animations for all of them. Did you use the lib for IK or did you build it with Oh no, I used the library. It's depreciated. I would never write it myself. I don't got the chops for that, boys. I was there, hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, no, I ain't got the skills to do it myself. There's no way. It's depreciated, but I know they're going to implement something and it should be fine. They're normally pretty good when they change stuff over. They will make it pretty smooth. I've never had too many issues using a depreciated tool, but we'll see. I don't know how long it will be until it's fixed. That's the thing, because it's been depreciated for like a year now. So maybe even longer. It's been depreciated since 4, and we're up to 4.3. I don't know if it's coming in 4.4. 5. Maybe it's coming in Godot 5. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, what else have we got? Weapon changed. Okay, so we've just got a bunch of... Basically, it controls all the animations. And it's really just like... We emit signals from our player to tell the animation, which is just this node here, which essentially... Ugh, too many controls. Let's change the view to a single viewport and turn off preview. So essentially, we've got our character, and he sits inside this test character node, which is essentially two layers of test character. But yeah, we've got our skeleton and our model inside here with the animation tree. The script goes to that, and the movement state machine, the camera, the weapon manager all give it information on like what to do and when. At some point, we might need to start thinking about like how we can control each things if we're going to come into any kind of conflict. I don't know. I guess we're about to find out, right? Like as we progress. So the weapon manager is what we're playing around with right now. Honestly, it could sit on like a node of the camera. I don't know. In the FPS one, it was a part of the camera, but it doesn't really need to be for the third person shooter. I guess it could be a part of the test character. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't really matter where it sits. It's just a node that controls state. It does need to be a node 3D because it has to raycast. Actually, you know what it doesn't do? It doesn't even do that. It could be a node 2D. It's not a node 2D. It could just be a node like the movement state machine. So that's something to think about as we progress. Maybe I can change that. I'm not sure if it really matters, but we're sort of in this point now where we've got the shoot function. So we set that up. We've got the states, I guess, and we can also change weapon, but I'm just working with one weapon right now. I need to set up ammo and reloading, right? I think that I want to do that next because obviously we're doing shoot. And right now, when we shoot, all we do is we check the weapon state. If the weapon's ready, we load a projectile, we make the state unavailable so it can't shoot while it's shooting, right? So if you have like a single shot and then we create a timer to finish the timeout for fire rate, right? That's it. And when we finish firing, the weapon becomes ready again. We check if we've still got the weapon pressed down and auto fire is true. We shoot again. So pretty basic stuff. Ammo now. For this particular weapon manager, I'm changing things a little bit. We've got a slot, we've got the weapon, and we've got the ammo. So some of these variables like magazine, max ammo can be removed from this weapon manager that I've pulled from the FPS. They don't need those anymore because we know the magazine capacity. Is that what this is supposed to be? There's no description. And the maximum amount of ammo you can hold. It could potentially be a weapon slot thing. Actually, I actually don't know. That is a bit of an ambiguous one. It could go either way. Fire range, yep, that's fine. Fire rate, okay. Can be dropped, weapon to drop. I'm happy with all those other variables, but current ammo and magazine capacity, well, yeah, there's already evidence for me to say that can be removed. So let's get into the script and have a look at the weapon resource. So I reckon this is the maximum amount that you will really reload if 0. Don't need that anymore. Maximum ammo. I'm going to keep this on the weapon for now. For now. All right. So the weapon ammo resource. So we've got current ammo magazine capacity. I mean, you could even have an argument for the damage coming from the ammo resource, really. Don't know. The reason we have to keep them separate is the way that we do our pickups these days, or the way I like to do my pickups these days. They used to all just be on the same thing, but we have to segregate them for it to work properly. Okay, so we need to get access to the current ammo and reduce it, and then check if it's got. So it should be okay. So when we shoot, we want to make sure that it's ready, right? But then I guess the next check is like if current weapon slot dot ammo dot current ammo is greater than 0, then do this. Greater than, right? It has to be more than 0. It can't be equal to 0. That would be weird. I need my reference guide. I'm literally just copying my FPS here. I want it to be similar, but not exactly the same. I'm trying out new things, but I'm also like still trying to follow the same principles. Yawn. You tired, mate? Yeah, I suppose this is not like the funnest part of the stream. We're just doing math here. It's really boring. Manager, you want me to fail doing? Manager, weapon state machine. That's what I used to call it. Shoot. If it's not equal to 0 and has ammo, then we stop the animation. Incremental. Oh, there's so many checks, man. This is such a mess. Look at this. This is my old script. I check to see if it's got ammo. I say that if it's not equal to 0, I suppose that's fine. As long as it's greater than 0, it's also fine. I suppose you also want to check that if it's less than. I don't know. And then also that it has ammo, it's got incremental reload, and its current animation is equal to animation, reload animation. Oh my god. Then if it's playing, if the animation player is not playing, it's so much stuff, then play and then reduce the ammo. It's like, come on, mate. So much checking. We'll go with greater than. I think that's fine. Okay, so we're loading the projector. We're changing the state. We also just need to reduce the ammo, right? Like current weapon slot dot ammo dot current ammo minus equals 1. There could even also be a percentage. Like you could have this be a variable, like the amount of ammo that a bullet, like that the weapon shoots. I don't know. Could be a variable. Don't know. And then that's pretty much, I mean, that's like literally all you do. You also need to see like if current ammo is equal to 0, then go to reload, right? Because like most games you reload. So like else, calculate reload, reload. We don't have a function for that. I can't type. Reload. That's not going to take any variables, I don't think. It's not going to return anything. Pass for now. Ain't going to do nothing. Okay, so we also don't have a UI at the moment. It's kind of annoying, but I guess we'll just have to trust that it will stop shooting once it gets to less than... Should stop at some point. Yep. And now nothing happens, as predicted. Okay, so that's working. Let's reload. So the thing is, I need to build this up so that I can show people how to make a shotgun. My last tutorial to make a shotgun was terrible. It's like an hour long. I think I saw some messages coming in. yeah, so that's not a great one. And I think we can do better. But Reload presents those kind of challenges where you have to think about how you're going to do it. Right, so I queue up the animation, and when the animation is done, I calculate the reload. And the reason you do that is because if you've got a shotgun, you want that calculate reload to happen. You want to be able to code that into your animation, or I think in mine, I even did it at the end of the animation and I just had the animation repeat. I actually don't know. Let's have a look how I did it. I'm pretty sure either way works, but I can't remember exactly what I decided to do for the template for the first person shooter. So if I go to the animation player and look at the Blaster M reload, yeah, I think I did it. Yeah. See, this is how you do it. You have like a separate function for calculate reload, and you call it every time you have a function, essentially. But our animations and our weapon manager are separate this time. So we're going to have to emit a signal and have it be called back. The same way we do for these, like finish firing, is actually triggered by a signal from, oh no, the change weapon, change state, finish firing, load projectile. Where is it? On test character, change weapon finished. Change state to weapon ready, bullet point equals BP. Right? So, you know, we're going to need another signal to come back. So realistically, all this does is change state to be weapon state unavailable. Weapon state dot unavailable. And then it will emit a signal. What are we going to call this signal? Reload? Have you ever wondered what the studio calls it? Godot or Godot? Godot? They definitely say Godot. Anyone who says Godot is wrong. If you're saying Godot, you got problems. And I won't stand for it, you know? Like, it's 100% like, you know it's wrong. Everyone else says Godot. I might say it with a bit of an Australian accent, but it's Godot, not Godot. So I'm looking at you, stay-at-home dev. Oops, wrong thing, eh? But yeah, I don't need to wonder, they've said so. So reload, we need to emit a signal. Reloaded, it has to be past tense. I was reading about weapon reloaded. I mean, on, is it on or is it just called, should it just be called weapon changed? Because the on gets named automatically. So I think I need to change these. Weapon changed, emit. Weapon reloaded. I guess, do we need to pass on the resource to the animation player? I don't think so. We might have a couple of different animations to play, so I'll admit it anyway, just in case. I really want to call this weapon reloading, but it should be past tense. Reloading is present tense, so that's just how it goes. Okay, so then we, reload and then we emit signal. Can you update the FPS shooter template to go, can't see the feed, gives normal error. I was actually noticing that on this one. Okay, I can do that, I think, on stream. I don't think I'm at risk. what do they call it? Reloaded. Weapon reloaded dot emit. And I've got to pass on the current weapon slot dot weapon, I think. Okay, let's have a look at this. If I go to the GitHub, I got the FPS template here. It's been updated for Godot 4.3. I did that a while ago, right? When was the last update? It says 4 months ago. Did I potentially not commit it? Did I forget? Pull request actions? I might have forgot to push it to the Interesting. I thought I'd updated it. My bad, guys. How can I tell when was the last one? It says here, right? Rocket Launcher was the last commit 3 months ago, which is not... Yeah, so like I have forgotten it. Whoops. Let's just push that. Window. That seems loud. Not too bad. Alright. I was convinced. Update for undo. Committed 16 days ago. Update for Godot 4.3. Did it potentially get into the pull requests or did it not go through? There are only open pull requests. Where'd it go? Someone's trying to chase me about the Pro one. June 2. Still being maintained, kept up to date. The answer is yes, but definitely not as much as it used to. Okay, that's weird because I'm seeing the commit to main. The commit summary is required. Committed 16 days ago. Current push to origin. Did I forget a step? See, because I switched working on Windows because it's easier to stream with Windows. I potentially just fetch origin. Just forgot or didn't do it properly. Check out the new accessibility settings. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing. It's getting cranky. The diff contains a change line in LF2. I don't know what this is. 14 keys. It's a node path. Like, what is this? Sub viewport container. Transparent bitch. This seems like something. Oh, it's a scene. 6 changes. Okay, yeah, but that's fine. I don't care about that. And it's so funny. It's like, yeah, there's been some changes. Why didn't this get pushed? Fix top level errors. Update to 4.3. Added shadow mesh. 2 weeks ago. But in the GitHub, it just says rocket launcher. Very concerning. Mine, active, stale, all, overview, main. This is what happens when you switch operating systems. I'm about to flip and shut down and go to Linux because I know I can just press one command into the thing, eh? Oh my god, I don't know. Because if it says it's done here, then why wouldn't it? This is the first one that I did with Windows. Here's the hex code as well. Like, it's even got that. I can copy that. See, if you go to, like, look at this. That number's the same 2 weeks ago. Updated for Godot 4.3. Wait, what? Am I blind? Did that just not... I must have forgot to press a button, right? Because it didn't look like that before. Someone rewind the tape. Reporting user. Oh no, okay, that's not related. I thought maybe I got like a thing from GitHub saying something had gone wrong. Okay. That's weird. I don't know why it did that. But now we have this. We can put that in the asset. And now it's updated on GitHub. So if you want to update it on GitHub, that's there. Although it does say 2 weeks ago. I'm still so confused. I'm just going to go to the Godot asset library. I'm going to do it off screen because I don't know exactly what it's going to show. Article. Asset. User chef games. There we go. I think I have to log in. I don't remember what my password was. I don't know if I saved it. Godot? Godot assets or Godot marketplace. Chef. Wait a second. I'm gonna hack myself. Chef games, no space. The username. And generally, if I didn't save a username, then I use a very specific set of numbers, which you should never do, but sometimes you just feeling lazy. Submit asset, my asset, 4.2. I guess, I don't think there's any issues with me showing this part on stream. Like, this is kind of interesting, right? So I can go to edit. It gives you all this stuff, but basically they want you to paste the hex code in that. And I've like lost it now. Where'd it go? Don't tell me I like closed it. Oh my god, I'm all over the shop. There it is there. This little number here, they want that. And you paste that in here. I guess I'll call it 2.1. I don't think I named it. I updated it in the GitHub and then just press save. Submit edit. And that way what'll happen is essentially it'll point to the new pull. And so when you update it in Godot in the asset library, it'll actually pull down the new one, which is pretty cool. It takes about 12 hours to get approved, give or take. So that should be updated. I might need to log on to my Linux build because I need to use Butler to update it. Pretty sure I'm using Butler. Let me just go to my dashboard. Go for FPS controller. Yeah, I'm using Butler, so I'll need to update that on Linux first because that's where I have all the keys saved. Lovely. So I can't do that right now, but everything else is done. So yeah, that'll be updated at the asset library tomorrow sometime. Overnight. Hopefully I don't break too much stuff. The projectile is fixed. That's the main thing, right? Alrighty. Let us continue. This reload. Okay, so we're reloading, we're changing the state. We're emitting the reload to the test character. So we'll need to set up, there's a lot more to do. So weapon change, we're going to need to connect that to the test character again. On weapon manager, weapon changed, right? We can rename that on weapon manager, weapon changed, which is how it should be. Copy that and then go to this, click on that, and then paste in. It's going to be exactly the same because I've fixed it. So that'll point to the right function, and then we click this and we go back to test character. And now we'll have a new function in our test character. It's horrible to read, sorry about that. And so we'll have weapon manager, on weapon manager, weapon reloaded. So now we need to decide what to do with our character when we reload. Obviously we want to play an animation. That much is true. Now how things work on the test character is we've got a animation tree. If I can get to it. Kind of hard to see. We don't have like a pop out or anything for these yet. We've got a set of animations, and I would say that we are going to want to essentially do the same thing. Just add a state here for this state machine for reload. Go to the inspector, we've got inputs and we've got a bunch of these. We just need to add one. I think we have to go to the end and add element. State number 6, reload, right? It should be lowercase. And with an animation, I mean, it also could be a one-shot. Yo, actually it needs to be a one-shot. Change my mind. It does need to be a one-shot because so what is this? Unequip? Yeah, okay. The unequip one-shot, same kind of thing. We really just want to put, I wonder if I can duplicate this. Control D? No. We really just want to have like one animation play, and we only want it to happen on the upper half of the body so that we can like do a reload while we're running, because that's like a common thing to like want to do. Right? So we've got another one shot and we'll call it weapon reload. It's going to be different for every project, but for us, I guess we'll just do this. And we actually have a weapon reload animation. Rifle reload, it's called. This might look like shit, but we'll roll with it. Okay, first of all, let's test it out. Right now, and this is why it needs to be a one shot. See how he's standing? What does this look like? It looks pretty good for idle. But what if we were in the run state and we fired that? He stops moving, right? And like last time I checked, most games allow you to reload when you're moving. Most. So we need to add some filters. Basically, we want to have, we don't want the hips. We want functions. We don't care about rotation. I don't know what that's about. Basically, we want everything from the shoulder down. Right shoulder, left shoulder. And we can leave off the legs, the hips, the spine, the neck, the head, right? Maybe we take the head. I don't know. Let's see just how it looks like for now. Enable filtering, okay. And then fire that. It's not bad, right? Like that. Looks pretty good. How about if we bring the head? Like, let's go neck, head, and head end. And fire that. I think I like this more because it kind of like, there's a weird fade out there. So we need a blend. We go with 0.1 second. This is going to cause issues with our function calls. But it should make it look a little bit smoother. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. The way he puts his arms down at the end is not that great. We might just have to live with it. Pulls it in at the end. It might not look like that anyway, because we're going to have like a... What if we make this like 0.5? Half a second fade out time. I don't think we'd be able to fire any functions with that, but... It's like a hell of a lot better, isn't it? Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just make it 0.2. Yeah, it's not bad. That's fine. Okay, so now that we've got that going, we're going to be a jump idle. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. So now we've got the one shot. We can essentially just go, there's a couple of things we need to do, right? The first thing is we need to set the influence of the left-hand IK to false. So we can just copy this section of code and paste this in. Right, false there. And what else do we have to worry about? Well, obviously we need to trigger the animation. So we can do that with a one-shot request here. Exactly the same. Getting kind of lazy with these calls. Animation tree, weapon, change weapon trigger. So now we've got weapon reloaded. Weapon reload request, one shot fire. And that's pretty much it. We don't really need to do anything else. We do need to set up a function called reload finished. And it doesn't need to do anything, but we do need to emit a signal. So we've got a change weapon finished. I guess this one will have to be specific. Like I don't know if we can have a general one, because like, yeah, I don't know. But I have to start using strings or like constants to like detect what's been done on the other end. It's kind of annoying, so I'm not going to do that. Reload finished. And then we can just reload finished emit. I would say that's fine. I don't think we're going to need a weapon resource for this. The thing is, you will start to need one if there's different kinds of reloads, which in theory there would be, because there'd be one for the pistol type, one for the rifle, all that kind of stuff. Now, what's it getting cranky about? Reload finished is the same name as a previously declared signal. Okay. Reload animation finished. There we go. Okay, so now we can come back to 3D. We can go there. Animation player. Animation reload. And so somewhere on this, let's just disable the animation tree for now. And enable this. So there is a fade out. I reckon just like there is fine. Add track, or method track. Test character. And then insert key, and we'll just go with the reload animation finished. Even though it's not, he sort of just like goes into a resting pose. Now, does this look like trash? Probably. Let's see how it all goes. I've been finding like I set things up, and then like when I look at how the animation plays, I'm like, I don't like it. And we're gonna have to figure out that. So we're gonna finish firing, reload, finish firing, load projectile. So we start the reload, right? We need to connect that signal to a function here. So we'll come to the test character, and we've got a reload finished. I guess that can be what it's called. Go to the weapon manager. So on test character reload finished. I don't really like that, so let's just change it to a reload finished. And reconnect that signal. Where is it? State machine, camera, weapon manager. What? Come on. Did I forget to paste that in? On reload finished. Oh no, I've done two now. So annoying. Alright. So we got on reload finished. Obviously we want to change state to ready. Weapon manager state dot ready. And then we still haven't calculated a reload, right? So we actually have to do that. So we have to calculate the reload. Calculate reload. Calculation. Spelling. Calculate. Reload. So we need a function. Calculate. Reload. Don't really need to take anything. We can just go void. And we just need to do a calculation for the reload. Simple, simple, simple. Where's the FPS controller? I'm stealing the math from that because it's fine. Right. Okay. I'm looking at it and just laughing. Let's just pause for a second. Weapon resources. Yes. What about them is there? Okay, so we are gonna need to so I guess we need to do some math. I'm like not understanding what my code is here. It's kind of confusing, to be honest. But let's just do something simple. So the mag amount, let's just pull these variables so that we can do some calculations on them. Do we really need to pull them like this? I don't know. +1 if current weapon slot dot weapon dot incremental reload mag amount equals current weapon slot minus +1. Only way to pronounce Godot is Godot. Yeah, I agree. Bit late at 8 games, but yes, 100%. Anything else is blasphemy. Anyone that doesn't say it right is like, wait, you have a whole other script for ammo? I have a whole other script for ammo, yeah, but it doesn't do anything much. It just holds the information. The reason for this, by the way, is that the way that I do weapon drops now, which is a little bit different from how it was in the videos that I'd made like last year, is that we have an additional resource. So there's multiple levels of class hierarchy here. We've got a weapon slot, and the weapon slot holds like the weapon and the ammo. It can't just be the rifle. And like, so you can't attach. So basically how I did weapon pickups in the original video, I made a video about this, is that, just saying hi, you're at work. Oh, enjoy your work. Get back to work. Is that, no, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. So basically with the old way of doing it, I used to use strings to know which weapon to activate, basically when you walked over it. But nowadays, and what we'll do for this one is when you drop a weapon, you're just going to pick this entire weapon slot up and you're going to attach it to the weapon that you dropped. And when you roll back over it, you'll just get this straight back. So the weapon manager doesn't need to know what weapons are available in the game, right? It just doesn't care. And when you pass it a weapon slot, it just needs to have a weapon and some ammo. The reason why they can't be the same is because these are not, I don't know what the word is, immutable. They are unique. If you change the ammo count on a weapon resource, it will change for all the weapon resources that you find around. So, you know, you can't be having 2 rifles on the ground, say for example, you're shooting one and you're reducing the ammo on that one, you'll also be reducing the ammo of the one on the ground. So you need to separate them for this to work. It's just how it is. And so in the FPS template that you can download, which is very different from the videos these days, you'll find that we have the weapon manager, we have a weapon slot, and realistically, I mean, you don't, because like right now I just have these in a resource rather than being on the top level of the weapon slot. It can go either way. It just depends like how deep into the rabbit hole you want to go. Like, do you want your ammo to determine the damage? Do you want additional effects on your ammo? Right? Like if you have a gun that can take multiple different kinds of ammo, right? This could be all programmed in with this system. And so that's sort of what I'm getting at with this. So your ammo resource could have like the kind of weapon, like if you had a weapon type, right? Like say your rifle was a type rifle, like a mid-range weapon, and you could use like a certain caliber of ammo, or you could use like rifle ammo. If it depends on how realistic you want it to be, you know, then you could add like, oh, I want it to have like a a bleed effect or something like that. I want it to have like an explosive attached to it. I don't know. Stuff like that. Am I duplicating the ammo resource? Yeah, well, it would need to be unique. I don't know, actually. That's a really good question. Will I run into the same issue by having it on this? Yeah, it would need to be, good point. So if it was being top level, it's kind of fine, right? But now it's an ammo resource. Good point. I think it would be faster to, yeah, I don't know. The answer is technically yes. I won't be saving them. Notice this isn't saved. So, but yeah, good point. If you did, yeah, you can't like save them. So like everything I just said is kind of like not true because like the capacity couldn't really be, the current ammo would still need to be on the weapon slot and not on the ammo resource. You know what I'm saying? To make a good third person shooter, ask the CIA. Oh my goodness. What are you saying, square root of 2? No, I got tinfoil hats in. No, it's all good, man. No, you're making a really good point, NA Games. Everything that I just said is actually not possible because this is really something that's going to be duplicated and just dropped onto every single weapon resource. So you can't really like keep track of the kind of ammo this has. It could be a dictionary, right? I considered that. Right, you could have a dictionary of different ammos. You know what I'm saying? We'll work on it. No, you're... Like, you know, we could have all like the maximum capacity, but the quantity is still like a variable on the weapon slot. So then we don't have to worry about it getting duplicated and being unique across all of them. But right now, I guess, yeah, we'll think about that. It's a really good point. Resources kind of tricky like that. Anyway. We just need to get the current ammo right now so that we can do some math on it. See you later, man. Enjoy your whatever you do. I don't know. Where's my first person shooter? Because I can't be bothered thinking about how to do this for a second time. Okie dokie. So the reload amount. Oh man, it's such like a monster flipping. So the reload amount is equal to min. This looks like shit. And it's going to be either the magazine, so current weapon slot dot ammo. This is going to be so long. Ammo dot current ammo. No, it's the magazine amount. Magazine capacity minus the current weapon slot dot ammo dot current ammo, or this should be 2 current weapon slot dot reserve ammo. What's reserve ammo in the FPS one? That is the amount of ammo that you have. So we're gonna have to create that. I don't know about that name though. Reload amount has no static type. It's a float, I guess, or an int. I actually don't know. Ammo resource. It's an int. Makes sense. You wouldn't want to have fractional ammo. So So we have current ammo. I mean, is reserve ammo a good word for this? This is the amount of ammo you have. Like, you can reload into, and the maximum, and the magazine capacity is like how much, like how many multiples of reserve ammo you could have. So this can be 60, but it can only increase. Yeah, that's right. So like this can be any number, but when you reload, you can only go up to the magazine capacity, right? Yeah, I think I'll keep with reserve ammo, current ammo, reserve ammo. Clips? Something like that. I don't know. Okay, reserve ammo now exists. It's either the smaller of the two, because if you have like 5 ammo left, you're going to reload 5 ammo. And then the next thing is the current weapon slot dot current ammo. So current. Hey, what's going on here? I don't understand what I'm looking at. Being a bit of a dum-dum. Current weapon slot dot ammo dot current ammo equals the current weapon slot dot ammo. Did you plus equals reload amount? Plus equals reload amount? And then current ammo, current weapon slot dot ammo dot current dot reserve ammo. Can't spell. Minus equals reload amount. We take it from one, put it on the other, essentially. And then that's it. That's actually all the math. The rest of the function is just checking shit. So we can worry about that later. That's all of the reloads. Do I need to set up a little bit of a debug HUD so that I can actually see what's going on? It's kind of annoying. I ended up doing this last time as well, pretty early on. You set up something so you can actually see what the heck's happening in terms of like reload. Otherwise, you're just guessing. So I guess we'll do that as well. It doesn't need to be complicated. We can just set up a HBox. Let's create a control node. Let's call it the HUD. And within this, we can put like the ammo. It's a container. What kind of? It's a HBox. Is it a HBox or is it a VBox? It's a VBox and a HBox and a VBox and I never know. Trust me, I know how to do UI, but it gets kind of weird. Canvas layout. This needs to be full rect. And then this is probably going to be top left. That's fine. And then so VBox, HBox, right? And then in the HBox, we put our labels. So we'll have one that goes current ammo. And then it'll be a space, and then we'll duplicate that, and this can just be 30. So we've got our current ammo label, and we've got our current ammo. And then we can do it the same with this. Reserve ammo. So exciting. Make it 60. Let's change this name. Reserve. Alrighty, so that's good enough for now. We can put a script on this for the player HUD. That's weapon state machine. let's make one. Let's make a folder called HUD and then put a script in there just because we can put art assets later. So let's just access. We just need these ones, right? Access is unique name, always with the HUD. It's like the best thing ever because then you can move them around and it's like no problems. We've got those two. And essentially what we want to do is in the weapon manager, we're going to create some signals. Signal, I guess we want to, like weapon shot. Like what's the name of the signal where the current ammo is used? What do we call that? I call it updated ammo before, but I think it needs to be past tense. Weapon fired. And then we're going to pass the ammo. Actually. Why not? So weapon fired. And then we also want the weapon reloaded. It'll be weapon reload completed because we've already got weapon reloaded, and we'll pass the ammo as well in that case. So these can be UI related. So essentially what we want to do is every time we shoot, we're going to weapon fired dot emit, and it'll be the current weapon slot dot ammo, and then when we reload, when we've finished, we calculate the reload. Once we've done that, we can weapon reloaded, weapon reload completed, and current weapon slot dot ammo, like that. Okay. So now we can connect that to this script on the HUD. So what we want to do is just click on the weapon manager on the node. Weapon fired to the HUD. Weapon reload completed. That's this one here. Connect that to the HUD. Okay, so pretty straightforward. We're just going to update probably, so when the weapon is fired, we just need to update the current ammo. So we can go current ammo dot set text, and it'll just be str ammo dot current ammo. And when the reload is completed, we're just going to go reserve ammo dot set text, and it'll be the ammo. Goosefat is in the building, everybody. But I don't know why it says not seen, hidden. There's a little symbol next to your name, which is giving me vibes, man. I don't know what's going on there. Also, is the stream choppy? It's telling me that the stream is choppy. He's listening only. That's what it means. Okay, I didn't know that. That's cool. Okay. But it's an int. That's okay. I'm gonna go str. And we also need to update the current ammo set text. Str. We can just copy that. So. Pretty interesting problem that I'm going to need to remember when I do this again is that because of the way I structure my project, which is always my canvas layer at the top, I can emit those signals on the ready. But if you were to put the weapon manager above the canvas layer, this wouldn't work anymore. So, you know, it is what it is. Also, when we change weapon, right? You name a seed. I've never seen that before. No, I haven't seen that symbol before because I guess it would be weird. Like I'm not the kind of streamer that you listen to, but you want to, that's fine. Okay, so when we change weapons, change weapon on test character, change weapon finished, right? Change state ready. We will emit the signal for the update. So we want to update, no, on, should we just have like a function called update ammo? Update, let's go like update UI, so that we can just emit all the signals that relate to UI, right? So, I mean, there's only really two at the moment, which is these two. Reload complete. I mean, technically you could just emit reload complete. You don't really need to update the... you don't need to do the other one because... Maybe I should have two separate ones. I don't know. Doesn't matter. That will technically do both. So... let's see if it works. I forgot to update the... got to turn the animation tree back on. Well, we can definitely shoot now, and our ammo goes down, and we will reload. Actually looks okay, and we'll reload. Now, I've forgotten to update the IK, but honestly, everything else looks like we actually get away with that, which is hilarious. I don't think there's anything in his hand, but like, other than that, it looks fine. So this is the problem with IK related stuff, or like just sort of cheating. We need to spawn something in his hand. We need to get like more techie with this, right? So we need a right hand attachment. This is the weapon attachment. We need like another attachment. Hang on a second. Let me cook. Okay, let's first address the IK issue. We set it to false when we finished, but when the animation is finished, we need to set it back to true. So let's just do that. Goose gun when? I don't know, man. Okay, let's shoot some. Oh, we don't actually have a command for reload at the moment. Okay. Low key works really well. The hand passes through the gun when he like pushes the thing back, but like, I mean, yeah, what do you want me to, what do you want from me, guys? Dream Plays. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? All right, so that's fine. Now, okay, we were going to talk about like adding an object. Goose gun. How are you typing and also not as a listener? I don't understand that. So I would say we're making pretty good progress here. So what we want to do now is, I mean, that works. We don't have a button. Let's just create a button for reload. I'm trying to knock out the easy stuff before I look at the hard stuff. Reload, I'm searching for it. I'm not adding it. What's reload? Is it R? Reload is R, right? Makes sense. Anyway. So if we go to the weapon state machine, weapon manager, the weapon manager, we've got a bunch of inputs here. If action press to shoot, if event dot is action pressed, reload. Then obviously we reload. Look how shoot has like a little underscore. Maybe this should too. Okay. maybe shouldn't. I shouldn't check that. So reload, change state, emit. Right. We want to make sure that we don't have max capacity. So if current weapon slot dot ammo dot current ammo is equal to current weapon slot dot ammo dot magazine capacity, then return. Right. So now we can't just reload whenever we want, but if we shoot a little bit, we should be able to reload. And the math looks really wrong. We should go down to 25, but we're going to go down to 0. Or do we just get 30 every single time? Yeah, okay. We got to revisit that because that ain't right. You guys can barely see. These are the numbers I'm talking about. Maybe you did see, I don't know. Okay, let me have a look. Minus reload amount. Minus equals reload amount. Don't you reload on 0? Well, like if the ammo is 0, yeah, we reload, but also like you can reload when you're like halfway through. That's weird. Do we subtract the reload amount from the reserve ammo? Are we displaying the wrong number? What's going on here? It worked. Wait a second. Hang on a second. Well, no, it didn't because we should reload. We should reduce the reserve ammo by 5. So it should go down to 55, but it went down to 30. Hold up. So the amount that reload should be the reload amount. So it definitely feels like it's the right number, right? Because when we updated the current ammo, it only goes to 30. If this math was wrong and it was returning the reserve ammo, perhaps this should be like magazine capacity. No, that's not right because we're just saying like if the difference between the current ammo and the magazine capacity is like a negative number because like magazine capacity is like. Wait, no, wait, there's something wrong here. I think my brain twisted. Magazine amount minus current ammo. Magazine amount. Oh, wait, it's a 3-way. It's a 3-way minimum. I didn't know you could do that. I mean, I must have because I've done it before, but it's either that or the magazine amount, whichever is lower. Interesting. In what situation would these all be different? Do we need to simulate this? Like in my head I can kind of see it, but like say magazine capacity is 30, right? Current ammo is 28. Reserve ammo would be like 58. And your magazine capacity would be 30. So the smallest of all 3 of these would be this, right? It would be 2. And so you should add the reload amount and subtract it from the reserve ammo. Right? Right? Wrong. Why? It makes no sense, bro. And so the only other thing that I can think to question, because my sanity is a little bit off, is that potentially I'm just using the wrong number in the UI. You know, dumber things can happen. I see this all the time. People ask me questions and it's like literally I'm using current ammo for both of them. Like, what? Lol? There's your answer. This should be ammo.reserve ammo. How many YouTube know me? I mean, I'd say most of the regulars, man. And there's your answer. It was literally a bug in the UI. So I'm trying to see if it works in all situations. And it should, because I took it from my old project, and the math on the old project is watertight, so. But you never know. Let's go to 0. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It will still, okay. So it'll still reload if reserve ammo is 0, so I need to correct that. Easy to fix. Bullet drop. I mean, I could add some bullet drop. That's pretty easy. Because it's a physics body, you can just add gravity to it. It's really straightforward. Okay, so, or I guess the question is current weapon slot. Current weapon slot dot reserve ammo dot ammo dot reserve ammo is equal to 0. Either of those two. Deplete it. It's working. It's working. Easy peasy. Alright, so now that we can reload, what else do we need to think? I had to, or gun no work? Bullet drop or your gun didn't work? What the heck, man? But you're a Unity user, so that probably explains it. Because Unity's trash, bro. It's not really, but I'll throw some shade. Because for me, test character, bullet drop. Where is it? And it's like several layers deep. Projectile to load, open scene. Open scene. If I want to put a bullet drop, I just add some gravity, make it 0.2. How much does a bullet weigh? Probably not that much, right? Let's just make it really light. 20 grams? No, that's 200 grams. I mean, it's a very, very, I mean, it kind of looks like a watering can. They all follow like the really linear line too. How ridiculous is that? The answer to fix that, if you wanted to have bullet drip, is just give them a higher velocity. That'll make it look a lot better. But you know what we don't have? Is we don't have spray. So it's going to look kind of boring anyway, because, you know, you're just shooting these up and they're always dropping down at the same rate. So like, it's whatever. We could add spray. That would be kind of fun, right? People like spray. I like spray. I'm not going to do path spray in this. I don't. Dodgy hard drive. Oh yeah, I saw a picture of that. That's crazy, bro. Okay. Yeah, let's add some spray because it looks cool and it makes it more interesting. Also, these are lasers, so like realistically, they don't have much weapon drop at all. That's going to affect how fast it goes. It's a complex relationship. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. Okay. So, spray. It's pretty easy. Especially if we're just doing one kind. But I mean, I want to leave it open to multiple. Right? You want to be able to do like multiple kinds of spray. Sort of. So the issue I had with spray last time is that it needed to be a node. Did it need to be? I made it a node. Whether that was correct or not isn't entirely. Oh, you know, it did actually need to be a node because I was using path 2D. But if we forego pathing, we don't have like path spray, which I don't think you'd want in a 3D third-person shooter anyway. Then I don't think we need it. We just need noise, so it can be a resource, which is going to make things a lot easier. So, the other thing I want to try as well is like a hit scan weapon, but and what else am I sort of skipping over? The fact that there's nothing in his hand when he reloads, we can fix that. I'm probably getting ahead of myself. Let's work on one feature at a time. So let me just get back to this. So we've got the weapon attachment. Create another attachment. Called, I guess we call it ammo attachment. It's really like left hand attachment. We should rename these, right? So one is the left hand and one is the right hand. And then within this, we're going to need to like get access to that because it's just like whatever. Left hand, okay, attachment, weapon attachment. So this, we paste in right hand attachment. And I guess I'll do the same thing. We're going to need to like do some rotation and stuff. So it's essentially what I've done, wrong button. For the left hand, I've got a node, which sort of like helps figure out the positioning better because the bone is never in the right spot. So if we add like a node 2D here, and we'll just call this the attachment. This wants to know what it is. It should be in the left hand. Left hand index, left hand, right? And then you want to go override pose and then click and then unclick and it'll sort of show up. See how it's like sort of down a bit? You could try like with a different one if you wanted to. Like maybe you go like middle one because that's like middle finger. It's a little bit closer to the center. We'll try that as just like a point so that we don't have to mess around with this secondary attachment. Though the one thing we don't have is like a reload clip. I'm using Kenny's weapon assets. Obviously he doesn't provide anything like that. So I might need to jump into Blender to create something just so that we can have something to work with. You know what I'm saying? .1% to 90 degrees. Oh, I see what you're saying. Your hard drive gets hot. So let's just delete everything. Oh my god, delete. We probably want to import, I think they're FBX, I can't remember. Godot Tutorials, state machine, weapons, models, or character model scenes. No, there's no items there. Kenny Blaster Kit, models. Oh, he has them in a bunch of formats. I think I'm using D, Blaster D. ASCII FPS files are not supported. What the heck? Let's just use GLTF then. That was weird. Yep, this is the one. I mean, realistically, if I'm gonna like isolate this as like the object, it's a very simple. Oh, you know what? I actually think there is a reload clip. I'm tripping now. Let's delete that. I remember now. Go down weapon models for character model. Can you blaster kit? Blaster A. Clip A. Oh my god. There is a reload clip. And then you just reset the transform. What does it look like? Freaking massive. Which is pretty funny. Scale is 100. Well, 1's no good. It's tiny. 50? Probably still too small. Use fat 0.1% to go to 90 degrees. I don't understand what you're saying, Brett. So I guess we do need to do some transforms on this. It's still too big. I wouldn't be able to hold that. That's like too much for my hand, right? Doesn't fit. But like, what does the weapon look like? .1% to shoot 90 degrees. No. Oh, you're talking about the gravity. You would need a lot more gravity to go 90 degrees down. Anyway. Let's attach the rifle. Did I attach the rifle? Where'd it go? Rifle 2? Not that one. Rifle. Why is it so big? What the heck? What? Delete? Holy shit. What the fuck? Blaster D, 100. But the bullet point is in the right location. So like, this was always this big. Oh, I'm really confused. What happens if I run the game right now? It's the right size. What's going on? I don't get it. Okay. Fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Has this got something to do with like the bone? Use external skeleton, bone index? I don't know. Anyway, let's not think about it too much. It works. Now let's go to the animation tree. And I just want to see the animation reload from multiple locations. In fact, let's just change the animation to idle. It's a dummy player. Nice. I love it when it works. Okay. Let's have a look at this clip. About the right size, right? It's reasonable. Okay, so the thing is, we've got to flip it around. I guess you wouldn't really care for this much detail. But it looks about right. I think I got the scale right. 75 is the right scale. So when we go for reload, let's reset the rotations on this and the position on this. So let's step through the reload. Let's attach the left hand IK. And its target. Make editable. Left hand target node. Left hand target. So what's it going to look like? And then at some point during this, we are like turning this down. I don't know when. I mean, it's fine, right? Like, we probably want to spawn it here. So we're going to create a function to go like, yep, spawn this. Rotation's wrong. It starts off okay, right? Actually, no, let's address that. See, the problem is we're not going to get it quite right. So let's go left-hand attachment, transform. We're just going to choose a default to make this look like right. Let's rotate this around because it's actually facing this way. Okay, now let's look at its positioning here in the hand. It's fine, I guess. Pivot it back a bit. What about on the return? Yeah, it looks pretty good. And we just despawn it here. So basically we want to spawn it in here when he's pulling it down. So you spawn it in, he does his thing, and then when he gets to here, you despawn it. That's the plan. Anyway. We got a function already. We're calling a function, right? Easy. So, I guess we've got to create a function called, so we've got to attach weapon to bone. But that function's kind of like, it could be anything, right? Let's be real. So like this next function, I'm going to call attach to left hand, right? And it's going to take a pack scene. Attachment. Like PP? Yeah, I suppose if you were making that kind of game. Anything you want, you can put in your games. People might not want to play them though. Right, and then, like, realistically, let's just write pass here. Function remove attachment from left hand. You're just scared. You know what? I see those games on Steam. I used to see them a lot more. It's funny, one of those things, like when you use Linux, there's a setting to basically say, only show me games that work on Linux. And so you see like a really reduced set of games. And one games that seem to run on Linux are the adult kind. I don't know why, but yeah. they're there and they're everywhere all over your feed, and you're trying to work out like, why is this always there? And the answer is, I don't know. I guess they just like Steam. Once you change your settings to be like, you know, show us Windows games, then you'll see it. But like literally, I don't know what it is, and like maybe this is just telling of my own algorithm. I can't even put this on screen, but like literally this second, you're actually just getting recommended based on your play history. I've never played an adult not safe for work game ever in my life. I promise you. Oh shit. I just opened one up in Steam and it was playing sound. Let's go back. Oh no, fuck. It's playing, wait, I got this. I can fix it. It's playing the trailer. Holy shit. Okay, I'm out of it. I can bring the sound back. It's funny because I was literally just trying to say like it was the second one down. Like I don't want to hover over it because it'll show templates, but like literally the second one is like nudity, sexual content. Like what the heck? Hentai. I promise you guys. Way to self-report. Is it true? But like I've literally, and this is a fresh install. I use this computer just to stream. Like I don't use it for that kind of thing, if you know what I'm saying. Like it's just there. How do they know? I don't know. Venn diagram of Linux users and consumer sex is a circle. I'm gonna need to do some research now. Not that kind of research. But yeah, like I always just assumed it was because they run on Linux. But that one just says Windows, so I don't know what the fuck. It's never in top sellers, obviously. But in new and trending, I always see them. And maybe it is me. Maybe I've got to do some soul searching to find out why. But big if true. Anyway, let's refocus. So we want to call this function right here. Insert key. Hip to target. We want to go attach weapon to bone. No. Then okay, influence. I gotta save the script. I don't see it there. I'm blind. Attach to left hand attachment. Right. So we're here. Let's go back to 3D. Actually, want it to be earlier, like there. And then back down. And then we can remove it there. Remove attachment. All right. And then we go to 2D, 3D. And then, okay, so what we want to do is literally, so how are we going to know what to attach? That's the question. And then when we remove attachment from left, I should probably call this left hand. And then I will need to delete that key and then re-add it. Remove attachment from left. Still like that. Save. Left hand. There we go. Okay, so yeah, how are we going to figure out how to actually attach something? Because right now we'll be in the throes of like the reload animation. Here, this is like attach weapon to bone. this gets called for the load new mesh next weapon. So we've got a next weapon variable, which is the pack scene, but and I've had this issue a couple times. The bullet point, new attachment bullet point. I guess you could hold it within that pack scene because we instantiate it, right? But that's when we change the weapon, so that's no good. We do pass in the weapon resource when we are reloading, right? We pass in the reload. We don't need to include the clip so that we can, where is it? Yeah, on weapon manager, weapon reloaded, weapon resource. So we pass in the weapon resource, we include that information so that we can like have a scene to load up, right? So the other option is like right now there's just one. Like we could just like play around with the visibility, that's fine too. But I think it would probably be better to have it like be whatever. So we can set influence to 0 animation, one shot request, and we'll probably need a variable because like this is going to get called, the animation is going to play, and it's going to call this attached left hand. So it needs something. We're passing in something, which is probably not the best. In fact, let's remove that. What we need to do is just create a variable at the top here for like clip to load, I guess. Like it's a pack scene. I'm going to change that to ammo clip so it's a little bit clear about what it is, not clip, because you might think because we're playing around with animations it's an animation clip. It's not. So reload animation finished. So now we can go ammo clip to load is equal to weapon dot like ammo clip. That variable doesn't exist yet, but we can make it. So if you go to the weapon resource, under weapon behavior, we can go add export var ammo clip, and it will be a pack scene. And then if we load that up, so what we can do is we can go 3D. I'm home, weather started to suck, so early off. Nice. I work indoors, so that never happens. I also work from home, so like that's fine as well. I get it really easy. Always here. Delete. So now let's go to the weapon resource that we're working on. Under player, weapon manager, projectile, and then scripts. Rifle 1, I believe we're doing. So now we need an ammo clip, pack scene. It's just going to be clip A, right? So under models. I do landscape. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I have done some landscaping in my time, and well, not for a job, as in just around my house, and it is such difficult work. It's so painful. I also did it with like the most basic of tools, so I suspect if you're a professional, you get the good tools. I did not. Is the music not playing? Oh, it's just quiet. Okay, where's the clips? Give me the clips. You live alone or with someone? I live with my wife. Yeah, it's physically heavy, but it's satisfying. Yeah. Yeah, I always liked it. Like when we did like a garden hedge thingo at my old house, and it involved So ridiculous. We had a border of boulders that we had recycled from another area, and I like literally had to lift them up and move them myself. It was like, it was crazy. It was probably so bad for me, but like whatever. When you're like in your 20s, you can do stuff like that. Yeah, no. I have like my house is way too big for me and my wife. It's like gigantic. Rip your back, yeah. It was literally that. It was literally rip my back. Clip 8. Okay, so we're gonna load that. And then, yeah, that'll get put there. And then, right, so let's get big brain attached to left hand. We actually don't have a script for this yet, as you do. But it's gonna be pretty much the same as this. We have to get the node of the attachment, and then we have to delete anything that's there. Right, so that's what we're doing. Check to see if something exists. Generally, in this case, it's not, but you never know. So it'll be good to do that. And then we instantiate the attachment. Gotta be careful. One day it can go to shit for the rest of your life. Yeah, I have a mate that was training to become a mechanic. And one day he went to pick up like an engine block, and he was like leaning over the engine, if you know what I mean. And he like went to lift it up, and he just like snapped his back in two. And now he works a desk job. He can still walk, but yeah, he required like years of rehab, and I'm pretty sure it's still not all okay. But yeah, you have to be really pay a lot of attention to that. I would say that I'm pretty good at lifting correctly, but like when you're lifting something as heavy as like a rock or like something really heavy, you're always gonna like do it a little bit wrong, because like your legs are only, depending on the size of the object and like the awkwardness, it's like sometimes you're just gonna have to involve your back muscles. It can be really scary. Especially because I'm like small. So I don't have a lot of weight to help me do stuff like that. Okay, yeah, so let's just copy this, eh? This is a weapon model attachment, but we're not going to do that with this one. So attach to left hand. So current attachment equals attachment. If current attachment, then we key free. And we've also got this ammo clip to load. So basically we're just doing this, ammo bar new attachment. I want to make like a general function to do either attach to hand, and then you can specify left or right and what you're attaching. That would be like more clean, right? Rather than attach to right hand, attach to left hand. Should I do that? Gonna have to redo the animation keys. So we'll make it like func attach to hand, and then it'll be you pass in the hand, right? That's just a node, 3D, and then like the attachment. This will be a pack scene. Returns void. And yeah, then we can just sort of copy that same pattern basically. I think the difference is for this one, maybe I want to do it this way, but then also there's very specific, maybe I'm trying to get ahead of myself. Now that I look at this, I've got left hand target for so attached weapon definitely needs to be separate because there's IK involved for the left hand. So actually I can't do that. It's going to have to be a left hand and a right hand thing. Although I've given you AI temporary code. What the heck are you saying, bro? Oh, AI.gd. What'd you post in the Discord, bro? What is this? I'm kind of scared to download it. I'll do it anyway, because I'm like that sometimes. Added declaration for bullet. Where'd you get this from? Because I know you work with Unity. Anyway. Okay, so it's definitely going to need to be about earlier with the ammo being a resource. I did an inventory system that uses resources as items, not as blueprints. Had to redo some stuff a bit. Yeah, I've done inventory as resources as well. It works okay, but you do need to have like a lot of... The problem with resources, yeah, is that you either need to have like a resource that holds your resource so that you can put your resource in your resource, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it's like you end up having to like nest your resource that you actually need inside a resource that you don't care about so that you can like pass it around. It's like, it can be kind of annoying. And that limitation is a bit challenging, but also like if it was a class or like a node, then you would need to like queue free. And that can be really annoying too. So like the good thing about resources is if you're like going from like having a weapon or an item in your inventory to dropping it into the world, if it was a class or a node, you would need to copy the data, but with a resource you get that for free. But the difference is you need to like store what you need to spawn, right? I don't know. Limitations, item stack, which stores the item resource and the amount. Your camera to a stroke. Your camera is a stroke. I don't know what to say, man. Attached to hand. Okay, so we decided that actually we can't have a general function because the left and the right have like a very specific behavior, I guess we'll say. They have very specific behavior. So we're just gonna have to go like new attachment. We'll just keep going with this code. This is just a node 3D, I would say, and it's gonna be equal to ammo clip to load dot instantiate. Right. Be right back. No worries, man. And then we can just add the child. I'm using resources and ended up with a resource pack scene and enum value to represent an item. Yeah, it's like, it's generally how you end up going with it. Personally, I prefer it. Like I've done both, and I find working with resources to be more streamlined, but because you don't end up having to like delete anything, which I find to be like the best part about it. But yeah, you do end up with some weird quirks. Storing a lot of things in pack scenes, because of differentiating between third-person item scenes and first-person item scenes. Yeah, multiplayer game. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. So you have to end up with like all these different pack scenes with different things. You know, new attachment. Okay, ammo to load, instantiate, and then we can just attach it to the current attachment. This is not the right variable. We're gonna need a left-hand attachment. We go 3D. Let's go. I don't know what that was. I don't know if you guys heard that. It was a noise outside. I think it was my wife. Something must be noisy. So we're gonna rename this to right-hand attachment, and we will need this one. It's also called a cat. Call this one left-hand attachment. And let's just fix up the casing here. Letting my laziness show. Right-hand attachment. Awesome. Okay, so... But how do you store items in your inventory? Oh yeah. Can you ask for me? TLDM. Oh right. I mean, if he's reading the chat, then he can see. It's so funny. Technically, how do you store items in your inventory? I think what he was saying is like, it's a pack scene, right? So like, when you are dropping something, you load the pack scene and then drop, and then you like move the resource over to the pack scene. I've done it before. current attachment, right hand detachment. If right hand, no, back. Right hand attachment. Add child, right hand attachment. And then left hand attachment. Left hand attachment. Okay, and now we can go. Also, can I like grab these and move these up to the same function here so they're in the same spot? Because they're kind of the same, but dealing with different nodes. And at this point, we just have to go to left hand attachment. Dot add child. No attachment. We actually don't need to do anything after that because there's no IK involved. That's fine. And then realistically, if we're going to remove it, we just need to do this same exact check for current attachment. If there is a current attachment, queue it free. Yeah, I have the instantiated pack scene that's parented to the player, and then the resource is what's stored in the actual inventory. So like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And then, like the quantity ticks down, and then like, yeah, I can't even put it into words. I got a project I can pull up, which reminds me of what you're saying, if we need to go there, but let's get this. Okay, remove attachment. We're attaching things. This is like, we've been spending a lot of time on this, and it's like kind of a bit random because it's just to do with shooting bullets. Nothing showed up. We got errors? Yeah, we do. 2 of them. What are the errors? And then use an enum value passing across the network. Oh my god, yeah, for multiplayer. Oof. Okay, animation control, remove attachment, attach weapon, index is out of bounds, children, data internal, blah, blah, blah. Node animation, attach left hand, method expected 0 arguments, but called with 1. Okay. Alright. You do you. What the heck? Called with 1. Count 0. How's that? Okay. You'll have errors. Attach to left hand, out of bound, int child, data internal, child front count cache. Or I've never seen that error before. Left hand detachment dot get child 0. If there is no, there's nothing attached. Right? Is that the issue? Attach, attach, attach. Is out of bounds. Data internal count. Is there a way to call get child where you don't know if there is a child? Get child. Fetches a child node by its index. Each child node has an index relative to its siblings. The first child is index 0. Negative values can all be used to start at the end of the list. This method can be used for a combination of getChildCount to iterate over the node's children. If no child exists, the method returns null and error is generated. Well, I don't want to generate an error. I thought it just returned null. Well, I thought I could just do that. So I guess I need to go getChildCount. Returns the number of child in this node. What happens if the answer is 0? I just want to be safe. Right? But then that error is no attach weapon to bone. Oh, we get the same error here. Okay. But then it works. And the other one doesn't. I guess what I don't understand is the way you have items. Like, is it all the RPGs like Rust? Is it like all the RPGs? Oh yeah, good point. I'm determined to make this work. Attach weapon to left hand. Attach to left hand. We are calling key fairy. We've got the ammo clip to load. You know what? Is it potentially that there's nothing here? New attachment. Ammo clip to load. Dot instantiate. Like if that's null, am I right or what? Left-hand attachment dot add child, print new attachment, right? Like I'm assuming that's got nothing in it. Flip A. It's there. It's just I don't see it. Where are you? Where are you? Try the AI code on the dummy. No, I'm not putting nothing on the dummy. I don't know what your code does. Let me have a look at this. Random code from Goosey. Also, I stuffed up and at some point wait, what? It's gone full screen. Godot's gone full screen. How do you get out of that? Editor? Projects? Into project list? Tools? Project settings? Toggle full screen. Shift L. I didn't know you could do that. Try the ache. Yeah, too generous. Layer health, AI. Goose code. Goose code. Let's review Goosey's code. And I still don't understand where you got this from, Goosey. My C# to GD. Okay, so this is your C# code, but I played your game. There's no enemies in it. Rip ads. Is there a way to turn ads off on Twitch? I don't run them on YouTube, so like I don't really see any reason to run them on Twitch. I don't actually know. Also, Dream Pie Studio, thank you for the follow. I've got follow alerts turned off because I got like attacked by a bot. So I could probably turn them back on actually. Follow alerts, there we go. Yet. You don't have, it's called uBlock Origin. That's how you turn ads off. Yeah, maybe. I don't actually know. Sub chat only, starter prediction, raid channel, manage goals. Clip that. Run an ad break, but you recently run and you must wait. There's no option. See, in YouTube, I get the option to say like I can press a button and it just runs ads, but I guess it just runs ads. I'll have to look into it. Ads. Here we go. Click it. Welcome to the new ad manager. I don't want to watch a tutorial. How many? Oh, cool. How many ads do you want to run per hour? How many minutes of ads? So I do a 3-minute ad break at the top of every hour, just like everybody else. Automatically schedule video ads. So if I turn this on, then I can manually run them. And we're back. So I'm trying to figure out how to turn ads off on Twitch. I've just turned off the ads manager, but I don't know if that'll actually stop. Ad length and frequency, manual. Run a 0.5 minute ad break every hour. Longer, less often. Can I drag this bar? Select automatic to have ads adjust ad length and frequency based on available ad demand for the time of year. Manually run ads? No. Yeah, but like no one sticks around. Plus I only have like 6 viewers, so it's not really going to make much money. Yeah, well it depends. Like the way that advertising normally works on these kind of platforms is they check to see if you've recently watched an ad. If you've recently watched an ad, most of the time you don't have to watch another one. But yeah, I don't know. I've turned it off. I'll see what happens. I don't actually know. Now I can actually run a 1-minute ad break. The button's lit up, so I guess it's like, I don't know. Not that, because it doesn't, like, there's literally no benefit to me to run ads. Like, it's such small revenue. It's like, why bother? Okay, so what are we doing here, Goosey? We've got a player, we've got AI 1, AI death, corrected casing, AI speed, detection, you got a function, and you got a ready. Okay, so if player and global transform dot distance to player dot is less than detection radius, which is 10. Yeah, okay, that's fine, but how do you get the player? Get no player. Okay, adjust the path. That would work. I don't see why not. And then we're calling move towards player, which is global transformed All right. Stop this. Who's this? Extends node. I suppose it could be a node. It's not going to collide with anything though. When body entered, you have to connect this. If body is in group player, then player health equals 0. Okay, so if it hits you, if this object, whatever it is, it looks like it requires a an area node to be connected to this, then the player health instantly gets set to 0. And if it's in group bullet, I mean, it would work. I can see that, but like, it's very basic. There's no rotation. Anyway, nice work. I'm not going to put it on my character though. That's later. I'm like, I'm not going to put it on my character. I'm going to focus on what I'm doing right now, but got distracted analyzing the code of a viewer. So silly. Want to know how to bypass YouTube ads without ad blocker? Well, listen up, kids. When the ad comes, go back once, go forward once, try it out. Oh, okay, there you go. I don't know if it works on YouTube, but on Twitch for sure. If you're watching on mobile and you've got your screen turned off, it won't run ads for whatever reason. Okay, left-hand attachment still isn't working. Works 100%. Because it probably thinks you've just watched an ad. Right, so we already determined that the clip is the right... Have we got scaling? Is it a scaling issue? I don't think so. Clip A. We drop it onto this. Now, we had this before, remember? Where it was like tiny for some reason? It just doesn't exist when you spawn it directly into the node. What is that? Where is it? You have to scale it up to 100. Honestly, think it's a bug overlooked by YouTube. Yeah, there you go. Do we have to set the scale to 100? Why does the scale have to get set to 100? I don't know. Classic Mixamo rig issues. Yeah, probably that's true. But I managed to get it working for the right hand, so why is it not working on the left hand? Exports the armature at 0.01. Oh. Oh. So if I just do this, he gets freaking massive, right? Oh, I thought you know, it's interesting. I missed that when I exported it from Blender. I wonder if I can fix that. Where is he now? So I've got the project. Applying the scale in mix. Yeah, but there's a way to fix that. I know it. I've been here before. I just forgot about it. Let's get it. Let's get it working. We've got 10 minutes left. We got reload. I think that's the only thing I achieved today. Scale to deltas? Yeah, I guess. I mean, it would be scale 100. That's why it worked before. File, open, recent. Yes, character. Yeah, I guess item, scale, right. So if you apply scale, then it just messes everything up, does it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh god. Oh my god. Can you fix it on the export though? Like if I export it to data transform, Y up include. Scale up. Yeah, I guess that's the end. But okay, so fair enough. But why does it work for the? Is it just because the blaster, right? The rifle. Oh yeah, you know what? I do have this. You know, I saw it before. It's scaled. If I go to blaster, its scale is 100. So that explains why it works for this, but not the other one. I probably just found a way around it, right? Without even realizing it. So I guess I can create another scene. I can bring in the clip, right? And then I'll just reset the transform, and we'll make this local, make it the reparent, make scene root, delete this old one, delete. And then within this, we just transform up to, we'll scale it up to 100. And Bob's your uncle. We just go to weapons, models, for character model, scene, clip A2 scene. Try using bone attachments with external skeleton. Oh, external skeleton. I saw that. You know, I'm kind of new to this whole like bone attachment thing, but I did see external skeleton. What does it do? Can't handle that shit. Shouldn't have to scale up. But does it still like work? Okay, hang on a second. Let's have a look. Right, so rifle, if we go use external skeleton, I'd have to assign it to that skeleton. And then I bring in rifle. And I guess it's fine. I don't know if that fixed anything because that's... Oh, right. So you go, you put them like over here. And you go use external skeleton and then assign it to that skeleton. Okay. And then if I bring in the blaster, I don't know, man, because like that's still scaled up to 100 and it looks fine. So that being said, I do like this structure a lot better. So target A, clip A. So if I just bring in clip A, it's still tiny. It's still not visible. But I think I will keep it this way because this is like a nicer structure. Which is good because if you're iterating a lot, it's too bad you can't do that with IK. Because if you're iterating a lot, you're bringing in this project over and over again. And having these on the outside makes it a lot easier to change that. So that's always a positive. I do have to update the paths. I might make these accesses unique names. I can move them around if I want to. Yeah. Yeah, I totally understand. Didn't try to scale to deltas in Blender as Team LDM. I don't know what you mean. Oh, okay, and re-export. Is that if I just like press Control A? Is there like a rotation scale to deltas? Okay, that seemed to like work. Nice tip. Nice tip. Looks good. So we can save this and then re-export it. The issue is now that I have to re-import it. I really don't want to do that. No, I don't want to re-import it to the project. It's going to cause so many issues. I might have to do that off stream. Although it is worth knowing when I like redo this as like a tutorial. Up one for character model, player, model, test character, export. So, yeah, we might tackle that another day. For now, let's just test this out properly. So let's fix up these two. Can't see shit, eh? Scaling sucks. Attachment, right hand, left attachment. No, right hand, right hand. Oh, you know what? I actually need the attachment. Yeah, I get that with re-importing it. I still get hella scared when doing this. So the problem is IK. So like these being on the outside of the skeleton now is awesome because if you re-imported it, you could just pull this back in from Blender and it would be fine, right? These would all still be in the right spot. They'd be targeting the right node, whatever. But the IK disappears and the animation player gets reset. So like everything that you've done will have to be like retargeted. I don't know if that's the right word. It has to be, maybe there's a way around that. So like, let's say for example, what's the one that we're literally just doing a reload where I'm calling functions, rifle reload. So you got the Mixamo stuff. Yeah, that's fine. We do have this saved as external and we've got test character, but like this node reference gets like messed up. And so you still have like the information about where it was triggered, but you still have to redo it, I think. If there's a way around that, that would be awesome. But for now, I guess I'll just make them 10 times bigger. So let's go and update that clip. Just so that we can see this working. So we shoot a bit, and then we've got an ammo clip. And the only issue now is that the hand passes through the gun when he pulls the bolt back. I don't know if I could fix that. I'd have to use IK, and I don't really want to. It just gets renamed. Okay, I'll have to look at it. I'll probably do that on Wednesday, I would say. I think what I've done in the past is that I've, because what happens is these get deleted, you have to re-add them. So what you do is you delete this and then you re-import it, right? And then you add back the hip IK and the left hand IK before you open up the animation player, and it sort of is okay. But if you look at them, like if you inspect it before then, it'll like fuck it up. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah. If you want to fix the clipping, then you have to do your own animations, which we're not about. We ain't doing no animations here. Who wants that? That's too hard. Alrighty, guys. We are logging off. I'll be back on Wednesday. We'll be doing some more coding, which should be fun. Did I break inheritance? No, I didn't. No? Didn't think so. Fine right now. I don't think, nothing's broken yet. We're about to break some stuff when we fix up that model, which we should do. That's good. It's a good idea. Here can we raid? We'll do this again. I don't mean broken, I mean that you made it unique. Yes, I did I made it unique, yeah. I made local, so, yes. I do that. I do that, because I feel like it works better, but maybe I need to change my attitude. Where is this? Okay, so I go shout out. Okay, shout out to all the supporters, Jips, Hazzy, Yellow Pants, Rap, Big Green Chice, Nick, Nike, Bricky T, YDG, Scoremonger, Mr. Sparkle, and all you, dude. Really appreciate it, guys. I will see you on Wednesday, probably. I've got a work event, so I'm not 100% sure, but probably, if not Thursday. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Really appreciate that.